Hello and welcome to Mr. Wiley Teaches Math. Today we're going to be using the angle relationships we've already found to determine missing angles. So there's quite a few things that we already know about the way angles interact. We know that opposite angles are always equal. So anytime that we have angles across from each other, they're equal to each other. Supplementary angles are making straight line always equal 180 degrees. In this case, those two. Complementary angles always add up to 90 degrees. So a 40 and a 50. Alternate, making that Z pattern, angles are always equal. I can see a Z pattern here already and backwards Zs. Corresponding, or making that F shape, there's the arms of the F. Underneath those angles are always equal. Co-interior, I see a co-interior here and a co-interior here. Co-interior angles always add up to 180 degrees. We can also use triangles, the sum of interior angles of a triangle. I see a little triangle here and a big triangle here. The inside of those always add up to 180 degrees. If we had an equilateral triangle, all three sides are equal and all three angles are 60 degrees. Isosceles triangles have two equal angles. And if we had a circle, the distance from the center, the origin of a circle, to the outside edge is always equal. We can use that to form triangles, and specifically isosceles triangles. So let's use what we can here, and there's probably lots of ways to solve this. We'll try to mix it up and use some different ones here to find the missing angles. Well, let's start with the simplest, that if this is 120 degrees, this is opposite to it, this must be 120 degrees. Now I see a straight line. I also see a straight line going the other way. So 180 degrees minus 120, that leaves me with a 60 degree angle here. And I could find this one either doing an opposite or another supplementary, so this must be 60 degrees. Alright, if this is 120 degrees, I see my co-interior. So 120 plus 60 adds up to 180. So there's my co-interior. So if that's 60, this is opposite, it also has to be 60. Okay, I can use my corresponding angles. There's the F shape, there's the back of the F and the two arms coming off. I should have said that these are parallel. So if that's the case, then this also has to be 120 degrees, because I use the undersides. Opposite angles tells me that's 120. Once I get started on this, the pattern just repeats from down below. Okay, so that seems to be as far as we can get down this side. So 75 degrees I'm told using on this transversal. So that must mean that 180 degrees minus 75 leaves me with 105 degrees to make my supplementary angles. So 105 is going to be opposite up here, and 75 is going to be opposite down here. Now I could use my Z shape, my alternate angles, and say that this angle has to be the same as this one here, 105. And again, once I find that out, I can get opposites. I could use my Z going the other direction and say those two have to be equal, 75. Or I could use supplementary again, opposites, 75. Okay, I'm doing pretty good here. I got a co-interior left, so that must be 75 degrees. Once I get that, I can go opposite, 75 degrees. Now I have one missing angle here and one missing angle here. They're actually going to be equal to each other, but let's see if we can solve it two different ways. They're going to be pretty similar anyway. So let's look at the triangle. The triangle is 180 degrees, but I've used 60 and I've used 75 up. So let's add those together first. 135 degrees. 180 minus 135 degrees leaves me with 45 degrees. Okay. So I could find that right away with the opposite angles, or let's just take a look at this as a supplementary angle. So we have these three angles that add up to 180 degrees, but I've already used 60 and 75, so 180 degrees. Subtract 135 leaves me with 45 degrees. And I think we found all the angles that we were asked to find. So we used angle relationships to find the missing angles, missing measures. Be sure to check the class website for additional examples and the assignment.